Hey guys, Matt with Clutch Tech here, and today I'm going to teach you how to install a battery on your iPhone. First step we did was we removed the two pentalobe screws at the bottom of the iPhone. Second step can be a little bit difficult. Basically, you need to heat up the bottom of the iPhone either with a heat gun or a hair dryer. Also, you need to use your suction cup. That way we can pry open the bottom of the iPhone without messing up any of the ribbons, because their iPhone is held up with sticky adhesive that keeps it all together. Also, don't forget, on the top of the iPhone is held in by two plastic latches, so we got to kind of move the iPhone back towards you a little bit. That way it'll not break these clips. These clips is a must if you're wanting to save the screen. So after you remove all that, basically you open up the iPhone like a book, like so. Just do it very gently, that way nothing rips, nothing breaks. This next part's actually kind of fun. So there's 4 screws right here on this plate. We need to remove these screws. They're called the Tri-Point Y000 screws. They're fairly new with the iPhone. So we got to remove these 4 screws, as you can see in this video. So after we remove the screws, we're going to remove this plate, and then we're going to remove the ribbons from the actual iPhone itself. As you can see, I'm doing it very carefully, just prying them open one at a time. We have the battery, and we have the 2 LCD screen ribbons that we're removing. Next, we're going to go to the top of the iPhone. There's a faceplate that we're going to remove that is held in by 2 Phillips screws. We're going to remove that plate, and then we will remove the front panel sensor assembly. With that ribbon being removed now we can actually remove the LCD screen from the phone itself. So put it in a nice, safe spot. Also, what I've been doing this whole entire time is every single thing I've been taking apart, I've been putting them together, so I'll know where they're at and where they go and what they go to. Next, we'll remove the biometric vent, which is located at the bottom of the iPhone itself. It's going to be held in by 2 Phillips screws. We're going to remove that. Use our pry tool to actually remove the plastic piece. And then we'll also remove the ribbon cable that is holding it together. After that, we're going to also remove the Taptic engine, which is held in by 3 screws. So we'll remove that gently, and now we're going to remove the battery itself. So this battery removal part can actually make or break this whole entire process. So with the tweezers, at the bottom of the battery is held on by 2 tips. It's adhesive tips. So what I did was I used my tweezers and I unraveled both adhesives. After that, I got my hair dryer out and I heated up the bottom of the iPhone. Not the battery itself, but the bottom of the iPhone. So I flipped it over and I heated it up. And then I just pulled the adhesives very slow, and they both removed. The battery has been removed. As you can see, it basically just flopped out of mine. So now we're going to put the phone back together. So everything we just did, we're going to do it in reverse. And we'll just go from there. So as you can see, that I'm lining up the battery now with the case. Yeah, I lined up perfectly. I used the top of the iPhone and the cable itself where it plugs into the iPhone as my guidance of where I needed to put the battery. Because if you put it in there crooked or too far up and too far back on the battery, it can mess up the whole entire project. So now the battery's been lined up. I haven't plugged anything back in yet. We'll do that later on. So for right now, we're going to put in the Taptic engine, put in the 3 Phillips screws that were removed from it, and then after that's secured, we'll re-plug in the ribbon cable that we removed from it. After that, the black vent that we removed, that goes right under it. We're going to put that in as well, which is held in by 2 Phillips screws. This next part is very important. Right now we're going to basically prepare putting the new adhesive on the iPhone. So what we're doing here is we're removing the old adhesive. After we remove it, we're going to slowly put on the new adhesive. With the kit that I bought, it just basically goes right on it, and you just peel it right, the wrapping right off. It's pretty easy, a little bit tedious, but if you take your time when you actually peel things off, it'll go very smoothly. So once you finish adding the adhesive, we're going to reconnect the front panel sensor assembly. This part is a little bit difficult because it's kind of hard to get that right angle, but once you find the right angle, it'll connect. The same metal plate that we removed earlier from it, we're going to go ahead and put the metal plate back on there with the 2 Phillips screws. After that, we're going to go to the middle of the iPhone and reconnect the LCD screen ribbons. There's 2 of them, and also work on replugging in the battery. After replugging the battery, we're going to put the plate back in. This part is a little bit difficult just because these screws are so small, and my hands are we're kind of shaky at this moment. But we got it in there, and I got all 4 screws in. After you get that last screw in, you're basically done. So remember the top 2 tabs on the front of the screen? Well, we're going to slide that in to the iPhone itself, and then clip everything in. Make sure the adhesive sticks to the LCD part and the iPhone part. And then while I was actually doing that, I had actually went on and turned on the phone. So the iPhone was booting up while I was securing everything. Go to settings, check your battery, check the battery performance, make sure it's at 100%, which I just did. It's at 100%. Tighten in the 2 pentaload screws that you took off first, and you're done.